Aries, insecurity, worry, and confidence. These are your cards for this week. Your first card is the Five of Pentacles. Something's making you feel really insecure, but actually, is this really about you? Is it about somebody else? Is it someone else's behaviour that's making you feel really insecure? Are you doubting yourself? Are you worried about what other people think of you? Do you know what? I think I'm going to go with that. You're worried about what other people think about you. Don't do that. Don't sit on the rock. Get off it. Swim into shore. Get back on the beach. Get back with the crowd. Don't ever worry about what others think of you, because it just gets you nowhere. Know who you are this week, because there is no point in worrying. The Nine of Swords says you're just worrying too much. When you worry too much, it sends you all over the place, which is why you're feeling also insecure. You've got many things going on at the moment. Maybe it's because there's so many changes happening. Write down all your worries. Understand your problems. See if you can resolve some of them, and the ones that you can't, put them in the bin. Because your last one is the Eight of Wands. And that says that you've got plenty on your horizon, but you've also got plenty to be confident about. So guess what? Go with it this week, because ultimately, for where you've got to get through these two issues with the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, your Eight of Wands is saying everything's going to turn out all right. Hold your nerve this week, Aries. Taurus, you're on hold. You need to think. A little bit of prosperity, and your ship's coming in. Let's see what cards you've got for this week. Your first card is the Hanged Man. It's telling you that you need to take your time and think carefully about your next steps and your next moves, because there's no point rushing any of this, because this is about setting yourself up for the next while. We've got the four pillars of the temple here: health, wealth, fitness, and relationships. Which area has fallen down lately? Which area do you need to spend most of your time thinking about what you need to do and how you need to get it right? Whichever area it's falling in, take your time now. Shore up that last pillar that's causing the problem, that's causing the others to fall apart, and you're going to be okay. Because your King of Pentacles comes in here, and this is your wealth card, and ultimately he sits on his bank account. But this is about the abundance that sits deep inside yourself. If you get yourself going in the right place, the abundance that you have in your heart, it doesn't need to be in your bank account, but it would be nice. The abundance that you feel within you is going to be great, because then you'll be in the right position to know exactly what you want. And this is about the ship coming in. Everything good is starting to come towards you, and after a long time of it not being so clever, this is great. Enjoy and embrace everything that is coming towards you this week, Taurus, because it's just going to be amazing. Gemini, direction, creation, and contentment this week for you. Let's see which cards you have. Your first card is the Queen of Swords. She's asking you to know exactly what you're going to do, exactly how you're going to do it, and more to the point, why. Is your passion in this? Is this what you really, really want to do? Because it's all going to start happening for you. The ability and the freedom that you need to start executing a plan is all going to start taking place for you. You've just got to make up your mind that you really do want to do it, because your next card in is the Empress. And she says you can do anything that you put your mind to. You are the epitome of abundance. You are the epitome of creation. Everything that you want to manifest, it's all starting to happen here. And we have the swans on the shield here. And she says you can have the unity. You can have the cohesion from everything that you want. Everything is going to start falling together, coming together. Everything that you need is going to start coming towards you. You need to accept it, because ultimately the Ten of Cups comes in here, and it says the joy that you'd like, the happiness that you want, and the luck at the end of the rainbow is all here for you. Gemini, you're coming into your own after a very long time. Embrace it and run like crazy with it. Enjoy. Cancer, introspection, focus, and a bit of responsibility. Let's see what's going on for you this week. Your first card is the Hermit. The Hermit is asking you to take some time, go deep inside, and understand what you really want. Sometimes it's better to write everything down so that you can actually see what the issue is, and then get the right answers. Because when we do the dippy bit and just think about it, we've got 5 million pathways in our brains. We can give ourselves any answers. Think carefully, write everything down, get the answers to everything, because things are going to start moving very smartly for you soon. You've got to focus. You've got to allow certain part of the way you've been thinking in the past to fall away so that you can now emerge as a new you and start moving forwards really smartly, really quickly, because everything's changing in your world right now. And yes, you may have been struggling with certain things, but now let's change the struggle into responsibility. And you're going to take responsibility for your own actions, for what you're going to do, because you're going to focus, you're going to start moving quickly, so you're going to take responsible pathways in how you need to do everything for you. This week, because we've got two major arcanas, the Hermit and your Chariot card, this is a big week for you. Think carefully, move on at speed, and take responsibility for what you need to be doing next. Leo, this week, stability, confidence, and balance. Let's see which cards you have. First card is the Four of Wands. Everything is starting to fall into place for you now, and you're starting to feel a lot better within yourself. The number 4 here is about stability and process and getting one step at a time. Here with the celebration card, the stability card, everything is going to start getting a lot better for you now, Leo. Know exactly what you want and how you want to do it and why you want to do it, because you're starting to move in a much better direction now, because your next card comes in here, and this is about getting balance. And whilst it is the Two of Cups, and this is about the lovers and everything, it's also the two, it's about the scales, it's about the balance and harmony in your life, and you're starting to work out exactly how to get everything flowing in the right way for you, because this is really important, because it's been so out of kilter for such a long time. Allow yourself to now know exactly which direction you're going in, because your last card is the Queen of Wands, and this is about having the confidence to know that you are good enough, that actually, do you know what, you are okay, despite everybody else's mitherings over the last few weeks or months or the last year. Actually, you're okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Perhaps there's an awful lot wrong with them. Make this week a really good week for you to start putting your first foundations down, making baby steps that grow into bigger steps, and everything will come right for you. Enjoy this week, Leo. Virgo, this week, quite a big week for you. Two major arcanas, the Teacher card, your Justice card, and maybe a little bit of sadness. Let's see which cards you have. The first card is your Hierophant card, your Teacher card. This is about you knowing exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it and why you need to do it. And more to the point, have you learnt your lessons? Have you understood exactly what you needed to change within you? Have you understood exactly what you need to do now? Because once you have done all those things, the music will start to return to your life. In other words, a little bit more happiness and a little bit more joy, because you've had to make some tough decisions lately. Your Justice card comes in here and she says you're going to have some more balance and harmony coming back into your life, and everything is going to start going in the right directions, which is the Sword. Think carefully, think clearly, make sure you know that you've been very, very fair in the choices and decisions that you've had to make. They maybe have had to include other people in your life, but you've made the right choices and the right decisions because you've had to. It may have been tough, but you've done the right thing, because ultimately your Five of Cups here says you tried everything, but you couldn't succeed at everything, and that's why there is a bit of sadness. But you've got to walk away from the past now. You've got to know that you've done the right things, because that's what your Justice card and your Hierophant card are all about. And in this picture we have a bridge going over the water, and it means that you've got to walk over that bridge and allow old ideas, old habits, old ways of doing things to fall away now, to go away in that river, because the river only flows in one direction. They've got to leave you now, and the castle means that you're coming into a better period of stability in your life. Enjoy this week. It's going to be big. It's probably been tough, but you've done the right thing. Libra, transition, stand up for yourself and know exactly how good you are within yourself. Let's see which cards you have. Your first card is the Death card. Libra, this card has been following you around in several of my readings of late. You've got a transition. Why are you hanging on to the past? What is keeping your foot stuck in treacle? What is the ball and chain around your ankle? Do it, change, make the difference. I know I said the same thing in your November forecast. Make the change. Let go. From death we get rebirth. You cannot stay in the same position. You cannot have the same thought processes. You cannot hang on to the last bit of the ship. It's gone down. The Titanic sunk. This is your time now. You've got to transition. From death we get rebirth. You've got plenty of support around you. Something's got to change in your life. It's you. I'm sorry, but you've got to do it. Because here, other people have been trying to tell you, and you've been clinging on to everything, going, I'm okay in the way I am. Well, maybe you just need to listen. Sometimes I give a completely different reading to this card, and I'm giving actually the different reading to you today. People have been trying to tell you to have a different approach to everything, but you've not been listening. You've got to listen. It's backed up by this. You've got to listen. You've got to transition. You've got to do it. Just hold your nose at the top of that water slide and go down that slide into the big pool of water. It's not going to be as bad as you think, because here we have the King of Wands, and he says, oh, why did I take so long doing that? Because actually, do you guess what? It's perfectly okay. I'm okay. Yeah, sometimes the fear is worse than actually making the movement. Our perception about how things should be is usually the scary monster. But actually, once you let go and go down that slide, everything is going to be much better for you. Do it this week, please, Libra. Scorpio, this week, a bit of sun, a bit of wish fulfillment, and a few options. Let's have a look at your cards. First card is the sun. Well, this card is sat around you. It's in your November forecast, and everything is coming into a really good time for you. You've got to have the confidence to carry it out, because it's not going to come easy on your plate. You can't just sit there. You've actually got to make some choices. You've actually got to make some decisions. You've got to know what you want to do. But actually, in some way, what's happening around you, this transition around you at the moment, Scorpio, it's meant to be. You're meant to be doing all these things. And actually, guess what? For once, you can't go wrong. So enjoy the power that the sun puts over your readings, because your Seven of Cups comes in and it's giving you the wish fulfillment. Work out what your 7 wishes are and make them 7 nice new challenges, 7 new needs. What do you need in your life? What are the 7 things that you really need in your life? Because sometimes wishes are a bit like dreams and they never really come true. But if we work out what we need, fill those cups with need, and you can start manifesting it, because you've got the sun behind you saying all of this can happen for you, because your last card is your option card. You've got the world at your fingertips. Which do you want to do? Plan A or plan B? Because actually, do you know what? Both could work out for you. You can't do both, but either one will work out for you. So wherever you've got some fears, wherever you've got some reservations, communicate. That might be a bit difficult for you, Scorpio, because sometimes communication's a bit difficult for you. And communicate and you'll get the definition of success. What is it that you want here, Scorpio? What is it that you need to ask for? You can have. It's all sat there waiting for you. Make those moves. Sagittarius, this week, pick your battle. A bit of deception and a new path. Let's see which cards you have. First card, 7 of Wands. Pick your battles carefully. Sometimes it's better during the argument to let somebody else think they might be right, and then you just pick up the pieces and wander off, because sometimes silence at a certain point is a little bit better than saying far too much, because once you've said far too much, you can't undo it, can you? Think carefully this week, choose your battles wisely, and where you know you shouldn't be saying something, don't say it. Keep your mouth shut, because it's going to pay off for you. Because ultimately, whatever's going on at the moment, Sagittarius, there's a little bit of deception around you, and you need to look carefully, think carefully, see very carefully, because like in the moonlight, everything looks wonderfully romantic, but when the daylight comes, you can see all the rubbish on the ground, so it ain't so lovely after all. Somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Somebody, maybe, who you thought you could trust, somebody who you know you shouldn't be saying too much to, is trying to pull a bit of a fast one. Look carefully, read carefully, wherever you need to check, whatever you're doing, do it, make the difference. Because after you've done that, Actually, guess what? You've got an amazing new opportunity coming towards you. It's a creative project. It's a creative opportunity. Blaze that trail, because this is going to be really good for you. And I know in your monthly November forecast, this is all about a massive change that you need to make. Allow this to start happening now. You've just got the last bits to clear away this week before all the changes start happening. Enjoy. Capricorn, a plan, a challenge, and a bit of resilience. Let's see what your cards got for you this week. First one, Page of Wands, telling you, get your plans in place, know exactly what you want to do, how you want to do them. Yes, they're in their infancy. However, you can start building them up. You can start fleshing them out, because anything that you start doing now is going to put you in good stead for going in the right direction in the future. Because your next card is the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is saying, look, other people may not get what you're trying to do, but you've got to express yourself correctly here, and they might put their other sticks down because they're all fighting you here in this picture because they've got ideas. But actually, stand your ground. Tell them exactly what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. You can listen to some of their opinions, because sometimes that's really good, because sometimes they actually do have the right idea, and you can just filter through what needs to be done, and then you can start setting your plan in place. Because if you have a bit of resilience and you start putting it all into place, you're going to see good results coming from everything. This is going to benefit everybody, the whinging minis, all the way round. This plan is going to hold you in good stead. Know exactly what you want to do, why you want to do it, how you want to do it, and enjoy this week. Aquarius, imagination, collaboration, and abundance. Let's see what your cards got to say for you. First card, Page of Cups. Well, you've got to use your imagination to work out exactly what you want, because you're just at the first stages of trying to work out exactly which direction you're going in, because you've made some big changes lately. You've downed your tools, you've had a good think, and now you need to start reconstructing yourself. Use your imagination to its best. What is it that you'd really like? What is it that you really want to do? How is it that you want to really structure everything? Because your next card comes in here on your little bit of collaboration. You need to have a little bit of teamwork, because that's going to be able to put you center stage on everything. This is about having the spotlight on you. So that's why you need to use your imagination. You do need a team to get you on the stage. You do need a team around you to operate the spotlights, to help you, to be able to support you and prop you up. Wherever you need help and whatever you need to do to get your plans off the ground, start getting everybody and everything together, because it's all coming in. The Nine of Pentacles is saying to you, look, the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. Traditionally, the card of harvest. Everything is coming to you now. This is a great time for you. As I've said in your November forecast this month, you're coming into your own, Aquarius. This is your time now. Take off. Enjoy. Pisces, a bit of sensitivity, a bit of balance, and a bit of clarity and direction. Here's your cards for this week. Your first card is the Queen of Cups. You've been through a bit lately. You're a bit battered and bruised, but you're still trying and you're still going, but you're still feeling very sensitive from what's happened lately. Get your act together. Know that you can do this. You've just got to find the strength. It doesn't matter about all the waves around you, because that's everybody else's problems. Just put some earplugs in and listen to some nice music. That might sort it, because your Two of Pentacles here is saying, come on, you can get everything back into balance and harmony. And yes, you've got to ride a few more waves, but you can do it. You've got the strength. You've got the ability here. You've got it. You can just put your head down one last time and get through this next week or so, because you're coming into a better time. And to get to that better time, you've just got to finish off this last bit of the jigsaw puzzle. Because after that, the King of Swords comes in and he says, look, you know exactly what you want to do. You know exactly how you're going to do it. You need the freedom. You need the clarity. You need the understanding. You need to make a plan so that you know exactly how you're going to do. Don't get grumpy about anything. Don't get miserable. Think carefully. Think clearly, and know exactly which is the way and the direction that you need to go in.